Alright, what's up everyone? It's Brad with Spike Fitness, and I'm in the shaggin' wagon today, and I'm heading up to go meet up with my buddy Jeff Younker, known as Baby Huey on Instagram. And yeah, so Jeff and I got to meet a couple of years ago for the first time, I think back in 2016. We competed at USPA Nationals together. He took first place. I ended up taking fourth place because I tore my bicep off. In fact, it came down to that last deadlift. I was pulling for second place, and bicep tore at the top. It was all she wrote. And so I ended up with whatever it was I ended up with, and then another guy pulled his last deadlift and eked me out of third place by 5 pounds. That was pretty frustrating. So anyhow, I had that torn bicep, and I was first time I'd ever really been injured, really at all, ever, more or less. I hurt my back one time, but that was some army stuff. Anyway, so first time I'd ever really been hurt, especially for lifting, and had to kind of limp back home, and I was really upset. And a few days later, I got a message from Jeff. He was asking how my arm was, and really at the meet, at Nationals, Jeff and I really didn't talk that much. We were around each other and cordial and all that stuff, but we weren't chatting or anything like that. And I got to tell you, I was so blown away by the fact that Jeff reached out to me just kind of randomly, just to see how I was doing. I thought that was such an incredible gesture, and I thought that was absolutely amazing. And it's really indicative of the kind of level and caliber of person that Jeff is, and then also the kind of people that we have in strength sport in general, whether you're into powerlifting or strongman or whatever. I think that kind of across the board we can all agree that the population of people is generally very very amazing and really great people. So that kind of began the friendship for Jeff and I, and we've basically stayed in touch ever since. Competed a few more times together, and he's in Texas, I'm in Florida for right now. And he happened to be was actually out in Georgia or something like that. Yes, Georgia, I think, for a wedding. And he's on his way back home, and is kind of in my area. So we agreed to kind of get together, and he agreed to come out my way and link up with me here in my hometown. And we're going to go to the gym that I train at and get a little squat session in. So I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him, looking forward to doing some lifting. We'll see how it goes. I'll just do as good as I can, and just kind of feel how my body feels and play it by ear. So no real big plan in place for today. And then I think after that we might grab a couple beers and just kind of kick it for a bit before he's got to head back and starts having to respond to the crack of the whip from his esposa. I mean, because we all live on short leashes anyway, so let's be serious. I live on a very short leash, but it's okay. I'm all right with it. Anyhow, that's it for right now. We're gonna go get Jeff and meet up with him, and then we're gonna head to the gym. So here we go. Alright, so slight change of plans. Jeff apparently overthought my directions and went somewhere he shouldn't have gone. So now he had to kind of adjust, and he's gonna meet me a little bit closer to where the gym's at, and we're gonna ride in. So he's about 10 minutes out. I'm gonna wait for him. We're gonna ride in and hopefully get some good training in. It'll be good. Stomach's acting a little weird today, so that's never a fun thing, especially on squat day. Ooh. Anyhow, right? Having babies is serious business. Hey, so we're in the gym hanging out. I got Jeff here. What's up? So Jeff and I are gonna get busy with some squats today. He's doing some of his mobility and warm-up stuff. So you can see he's got the Thompson bow tie on. He's a lifesaver. Trying to warm up his shoulders. So you guys that are out there talking about shoulder issues when you squat, what he's got is that Thompson bow tie, right? So something like that could be good. Put some compression on the shoulders, with that compression in there, tighten it up, and then you take it off. Blood moves into the area a little bit easier, and so it's a good way to try to warm up. Plus, with that compression on there, you go through some mobility, some range of motion stuff. And it's a really good way to loosen you up. So, any of you guys that are out there that have some issues with shoulder mobility during the squat, the Thompson bow tie is something that you guys can check out. Jeff really likes it, so look it up. want to introduce another character, another friend of mine. Been one of the guys kind of behind the scenes with a lot of my training as well. And I got to introduce my buddy John. So,
hey, what's up, everybody?
This is John Macrisy. So, John, tell us real quick about a little bit about yourself. Where you come from? What kind of training you have?
Yeah, I was a football player in college. I went to NCAA as a strength coach for a few years, and now I've been working in the tactical community for about 5 years.
Yeah, and what kind of education you have?
So I have a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in psychology, and then the rest is just practical experience on the ground.
All right, cool. So you're one of the coaches, one of the trainers here, right?
Yep.
And so helping out guys, you know, get better, more athletic, stronger, all that stuff.
Rehab, recover, just get ready for the fight.
Cool. So I want to introduce John because, you know, John's one of the experts that we have here, and a buddy of mine. So as some technical questions and things come in that are maybe beyond my level of expertise in terms of that technical bit or education-wise, you know, I'll definitely refer to John and some other experts. So if you guys have questions, bring them. I'm going to team up with John here in the future and do a couple videos and talk some finer tuned facets about training and whatever else. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Come on, John. Speed. Attaboy. Watch that. So we're winding down the workout. Jeff and I kind of hanging out. It's a good chance to get together and do some training. Dirty lens. Much better. And I realized that, you know, most of it was just kind of training footage and didn't actually get a chance to talk to Jeff at all. So I want to take a couple of minutes real fast, talk with Jeff, kind of introduce him to you guys. You know, a hell of a strong guy and a great dude at that. Just want to talk to him real fast, introduce him, and let him kind of talk a little bit about what he does and what he's into and kind of who he is, so you guys get a feel for that. So this is Jeff.
What's up, guys?
So Jeff, where are you out of, man?
What?
Where do you train out of? Where's home?
Home gym is Woodlands Strength and Conditioning out of Woodlands, Texas. A lot of people might have heard of it. We won powerlifting in the gym of the year on Powerlifting Watch, I think, in 2016 or 17. So if you're ever in the area, drop in. We'll come work out for free. We're pretty cool about that stuff. So if you're definitely in the area, come check us out. But it's everything you can think of. It's a powerlifter's dream house. So I've been training there for 3 years now under Tommy Hastings and Jessica Belt. They've taken me from like a 1750 total to this next meet I should be in the 21s in 3 years. So 350 pounds at least on my total in 3 years. So they're very qualified, very smart people, down to earth, and really just amazing people to the core. So a little bit about myself. Been married a year. Our anniversary was just July 14th. So that's kind of why I'm in the Florida area. We drove up to Savannah, Georgia to see her grandparents. And my best friend's getting married tomorrow. So it's just kind of like a perfect timing for the anniversary and throwing a trip there. So, but yeah, I am opening my own nutrition store in Spring, Texas. If anyone ever needs anything, come holler at me.
What's the name of that?
That'll be called Younkers Nutrition Central. That'll be up and running in hopefully about 3 or 4 weeks. So,
and you hit me with like an email and some information I can put in the chat box below.
If you ever want any supplements, I'll ship to you. JEFFYOUNKA at yahoo.com. So it's Jeff Younker at yahoo.com. Phone number 832-277-5290. Please no weirdo stuff.
Do you want to wrestle?
Yeah, I just got one of those messages the other day. Yeah, man.
What federation do you train in, or do you compete in?
Primarily USPA. That's what I've just always been in. It's good people. USPA Texas primarily. Bobby Morgan and Meg they run the organization like it should be. Very good people, very good meets. They don't play favorites. Everyone's, you know, set to a certain standard, and everyone has to meet that standard. So it's always fair with them, and it's how it should be.
Nice.
Yeah, my next meet will be the tribute put on by Pioneer in USPA Texas in San Antonio on August 26th. I'll be competing 308. After this meet, I will be going back down to 275. I like being leaner and sexier, and so does my wife. But I qualified at 308 for this meet, so I have to compete at 308. So I don't even know where I'm at because I haven't had a scale on vacation, but I'm probably at least 300 right now. So weight's coming on, but the training and the numbers are going up. So I guess it's worth it. But yeah, man, it's if y'all ever get a chance to train with Brad, do it. He's a badass dude and down to earth, and he does this type of stuff, so it's pretty cool. So
cool. So, you know, as I was doing the intro on the way into the gym here, I was talking about Jeff and the kind of dude that he is. And so you can kind of get a glimpse of that because I asked him about him, and he spent most of the time talking about other people, right? So, like, that's the kind of dude that Jeff is. So I'm going to leave his information in the description box below. Check out his Instagram. You know, once he gets the shop up and running, hit him up. He's a good dude, and, you know, I think it's awesome when you meet good people to support those people. It's like that's kind of how this whole thing works. So I just want to thank Jeff so much for coming out, man, and hit me up, and you know, get a good training session with him. That was awesome, and we're gonna close this one down. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. I appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. Remember, guys, no matter what it is you think you can't do, train despite. Either find an excuse or you find a way. Remember to like, share, and please subscribe. I appreciate that, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.